welcome once again,
Thank you.
and hope you're happy to return to Chile, to South America.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
It's been
how does it
days.
feel? How does it feel to return to a country that always had such a strong connection with your music? And what do you remember about your previous visits to Chile?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's true. Like we've had a kind of a connection with Chile ever since our first album. Basically, we realized, and it was kind of hard to know back then. We were tape trading with a lot of people, and we get letters from all over the world, but a lot of them just came from Chile, and it was kind of like, hey, we're metal heads here, we're a big metal community, and it was kind of hard for us, from a small town in Sweden, imagining that our music was heard on the other side of the planet. And it was incredibly cool. So when we did our first show in Chile, I think it's 2002 or something like that. It was very special, and I've loved it ever since. And it's been super cool. I think last year was it. We had a fantastic kind of time. We started, like, the first show was in Santiago, and we were up by the observatory the day before and just hanging out, and we were with the guide there, and like watching the stars through the telescope, and standing in the middle of the city, and everything is quiet because you're just a couple of 100 meters above everything else. It was very, very beautiful, and yeah, I really love it. And I was in Santiago 2 weeks ago, and we had a fantastic time with my
The last
band.
time you came to Chile was with Chelsea Green.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Chelsea
But I was also there with Cemetery Skyline like 2 weeks ago, and it was really cool as well. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of South America for me.
Do you like
But
South America? So
oh,
that's
I
good.
do, I do. I can't help myself.
Okay. What can fans expect on terms of the setlist of live experience? And understanding you are going to play a lot of old songs in this
Yeah,
tour,
yeah.
and we are
So
going
it's
to play. We're going to listen only from that albums, or going to put some other things, so another surprises on the set list.
it's going to be we're going to do at least because this tour starts in 2 days here in Europe, in Cologne, in Germany. And the idea is to do like a 3-part show, basically. So one part is gallery, one part is character, and one part is kind of old favorites kind of thing. And we're gonna kind of change it every once in a while, see what fits. So we have a lot of songs, and we're gonna kind of see what works best, and how it feels. But it's I'm incredibly excited to play these old songs that we just have never played properly, or ever played. And obviously, it's 30 years since the gallery came out, and 20 years since character came out, and some of these songs are just kind of left by the wayside, and especially gallery we haven't played in forever, and none of the other guys have played. So it's like, so in this set there's 10 songs that we never played together, and so we've been rehearsing like madmen. But yesterday we were rehearsing like for 7 hours or stuff like that, and it sounded awesome, and I'm so excited. Like this is totally different from anything we've done in the past. And I think, for years we've had requests, like, let's do a gallery tour or something like that, and we were like, yeah, I don't know, like we never really felt it, but now, fuck it, then now let's do it. So
That's good.
it's
That's good.
finally happening. It took 30 years to do like a proper tour for this album, but it's going to be cool. So it's, yeah, for old fans, and fans who came in the 2000s, and then of course there's going to be some new songs as well, and some classics. So it's a very cool set. I'm incredibly excited for it.
Yeah. I want to talk about Thomas Lindberg. We lost
Yes.
that guy a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
A really big figure on the Gothenburg metal scene.
Yeah.
And I understand. I like a lot that your Tranquility in Flames at the Gates, and I understand that you were a really close group, a really
Yeah.
close circle in that time when you started at 1993, 1994, on that time. So,
Yeah.
what Tom Lindberg means to Dark Tranquility, to Mikael, and to the Gothenburg metal scene?
I mean, more than you could explain, actually. Like I met him when I was 14, I went with a friend to the rehearsal room in the basement of Christian Wåhlin, Necrolord, who's the cover painter for the gallery, for instance. And they were rehearsing with Grotesque, that later became, or that before At the Gates. And it blew me away. Like I saw a band, that played like music live, in a basement, and I've never seen that before. And it was, crazy, insane black metal stuff, and I was so inspired by it and kind of awestruck by it. And so we started hanging out, and Thomas showed me tons of music, that he had found, through his fanzine and through his kind of tape trading and record collecting. And we became instant friends, and have been so ever since then, But more than anything, I think like Tompa really inspired like the scene, because he was that central figure for everything that kind of went on in Gothenburg at the time. Like his kind of passion, he was so passionate about it, and he was so into it, and he knew every band, and he knew about everything that was going on in the scene. So like if you needed anything, if you had any questions, or you wanted to know something, or you wanted to kind of be inspired, you just go to him, and he was always there. So without him, there would be no Gothenburg death metal scene. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
And and it was kind of like his kind of integrity, and he took this music very incredibly serious. And when I kind of discovered extreme metal, through bands like Creator and Cannibal Corpse, whatever it was, I was kind of like, I don't know what this is. I love it, but I don't know if it's serious or not. But he showed me that, no, come on, this is serious. There are some bands that take this very seriously, and there are lyrics that matter. It's not just horror movie stuff. And so when I started writing, I wanted it to matter and be serious, and deal with serious issues or problems or what have you. And it's because of how he showed me like what music could and should be. Without him there would be no death metal scene. So we're eternally grateful, and and I miss him like crazy. It's been a horrible 2 years, knowing that he was, struggling and kind of battling this disease. And everybody thought, of course, like, yeah, it's going to be fine, it's going to be power through, but like a couple of months ago, we realized that it's worse than we thought, and now it's happened, and yeah, it's devastating, and it's going to be hard to
So
hard to get over.
Moving on, I want to talk about the band identity of Dark Tranquillity and your evolution. Over the years, Dark Tranquillity has evolved without ever abandoning your essence, your core. How do you balance innovation and keeping with your roots? How do you balance those things? Because the Dark Tranquillity on the gallery or Sky Dancer, it's not the same with Haven or fiction or even character.
No.
How do you mix that things?
I don't know. No, but it's important to kind of like keep the basics of like when we started, we wanted music to be emotional. We wanted it to be angry and aggressive, but also melodic and challenging and progressive, or moving forward somehow. And so we always said, like, if we don't feel anything, if it doesn't kind of like matter to you, then we shouldn't do it, So and throughout the years, like, that has always been the goal, but we do it in a different way, and we always used to say that every album is a reaction to the previous one. So we kind of do the opposite of what we were thinking on the previous album, just to keep it interesting. And obviously, that all the albums are different, but it all kind of, it's through all filters. And obviously, we grew up together, we listened to the same kind of music growing up, and we have the same kind of musical background. You have tons of new influences, all that stuff coming in naturally, but the core is still the same, and I think especially nowadays, like in the last couple of years, like it's it's Martin Brännström who kind of becomes the producer of the band, but also like Niklas and Martin, who are there from the beginning, they are also very involved. Like Martin is our manager, and Niklas is our creative director. So, like having them also kind of inform everything. Like it should remain true to what we decided on when we started the band, but also, hey, let's play with it, and move forward and do things. So, there's a balance. But I think one important aspect is to kind of come together, all of us, regardless of the lineup, and go like, yeah, this is good. We can all agree. And if 5 of us or 6 of us agrees, that means there will be more who dig it, and we've always said that, and it's still true to this day.
You talk about emotions, your lyrics and atmosphere on all your records always often leans on introspection and emotions.
Yeah.
You have been talking about a lot of emotions. What's your favorite to explore in your current work or planning on the new chapters?
Ooh, I don't know. Like most of what I'm feeling when I'm writing is just anger and frustration. I write when I'm angry, write when I'm kind of not giving up, but also almost kind of like feeling defeated. Where I feel like, what's the point, and then I realized, yeah, maybe write about it will make me feel better or get somehow resolve some of the. But yeah, but it really is. I mean, especially and there's something called scream therapy, and maybe that's what I'm doing. But it definitely feels great. Like just writing everything down that you're feeling, venting frustration. And then go into the rehearsal room and scream for a while, or to the studio, it really helps. Like it just it calms you down, and like then it's out of your system basically. So it differs as well. Like with Tranquility, it's a lot about the kind of like the universal themes, or like a bigger perspective on society and on ourselves and our place in the world and that kind of thing. And of course, like with every album, you have to somehow have a different perspective because we've done so much. So it's hard to kind of have that in the back of your mind. Yeah, there's like 110 songs or stuff like that already. What can we bring that is new? What else can we talk about that is different that we haven't talked about before? But it's I mean, there's always things to get irritated by or angry at or frustrated with. So I think that's the main kind of driving force when it comes to writing.
Are you currently working on a new album?
We've started like changing some ideas, but we've been incredibly busy touring, so we haven't started for real. But after this tour, beginning of next year or late this year, we're gonna start more seriously. So yeah, it's happening.
Okay, so you have no ideas, nothing clear about the album, so you can give us any info about that.
No. We have to wait. Yeah, I have to wait too. But it's going to be interesting. Like I think we learned so much writing End Time Signals that I'm incredibly excited to see where we can take it, how we can take it even further. That's, I think,
You talk about songwriting. How has your songwriting process changes over time, especially with the current lineup?
Oh, I mean, when we started, it was us. Like when we started the band, like it was us in the rehearsal room, and you come up with some ideas and some guitar riffs or whatever. Then you sit in the rehearsal room for 10 hours, try to figure out how to put it together, and that was fun. I loved it, and that's what we did all the time. And then more and more you realize that you can do a lot of songwriting at home. You just can, and you can record your ideas and to present it to the other guys, and that's what we've been doing. But especially the last album, End Time Signals, was just Martin and Johan and me just talking about like what can we do, and then we had tons of material, tons of just like pieces of music, and then it's just a matter of kind of like going through it, kind of like cataloging it, like this is good, this is bad, this is cool, this can be different, and then starting with a feeling or like one melody or one riff or one kind of emotion, and then you build from there. And we haven't really done that before, and that turned out to be really interesting, where we said like, okay, I love the vibe of this, I love the what it makes us feel. So let's build on that. Let's kind of capitalize on this feeling and strengthen it and take it as far as we possibly can. Then it's tons of different stages of a song and demos, and we try things, and then we scrap it, and then we try another thing, and then we scrap that, and so it's like that all the time. And yeah, and I love how we have progressed as, a songwriter, and also the songwriting process, because it's needed. If it's the same every 3 years or whatever it is, or 4 years, it's not that much fun. We have to change it up in order to be inspired, I think.
You're always thinking on themes of the on topics for your songs, or you prefer to do it on the time you're writing the album. You're thinking all day on the songs, or just on the process of recording. What's your favorite type?
I tend to scribble down notes a lot, like all the time, just like small ideas, like something, a phrase, or like an idea, like, oh, I want to write about this, and then I let it go. So, but then it's final.
Go.
Yeah, exactly. But then once it's kind of like, okay, now we have songs, now we have material, let's start writing, and then I start writing for real. So it's good to kind of let that go, especially when you're out touring and not think about it. Like you can have an idea and you put down a note, but other than that, I like it when it becomes kind of focused. I have like, okay, these are the 10 songs that I'm going to write for now, and then I'll just sit here and record demos and try out things and scream and sing and till I get it right. Okay. Otherwise, it would be crazy.
To closing the interview, what's some final words to Chilean fans? What does it mean to you and the band to come back to South America, as you talked yesterday, as you talked before? Yeah. And if you can send a message to all your fans in South America and Chile to invite us to the show. I'm going, by the way.
Good. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, incredibly excited. Like we love the crowd in Chile. We love traveling and coming to see you guys, and now that we are gonna invite you to travel back in time, basically to the gallery and the character. So it's combined almost, it's combined 50 years. It's gonna be cool, and I'm so excited to present and to play some of these songs that we just never played properly, and you get to hear songs that you never heard being played live, and I'm incredibly excited about that. So yeah, come out and hang out with us, because it's going to be special, and this is definitely once in a lifetime kind of thing. Like it's not like this is going to happen again, so might as well take advantage of it.
Okay, Mikael, thanks for your time. We need to close right now.
All right.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.